Well, today, well, together, I'll switch with Hello, sir. How are you? Long time no see. Yeah, since yesterday. I think we got up to 23, like the other one. Yep. Yes. Good presentation. You don't want to do much notes. You have an exhibition tonight if you want to catch it again. Yes, yes. I would have stumbled.
I never met him before. I saw
Go and give some. There are similar questions.
The other day, and in fact, this morning.
That's fine.
Do we have
All good. I'm just trying to get everybody. Right. Thank you.
All righty. Flag's a little smaller. All right. Pledge. I pledge.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And our four-way test.
Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
All right, glad to have you all with us today. Beautiful, well, beautiful area. But yeah, nice day. We're here. If you were a group of unicorns, you would be called a blessing. These are non-unicorns. Okay, today is the 10th of March, the year 2026, and the Brewers open on the 26th of March in Chicago. Nice little further south, but Chicago White Sox. Things you probably don't know, don't need to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. John Adams was the first president to live in the White House. So it's an old house. Birthdays. Josh Keinkeppel on the 14th and Diana Kunkel. Are you having a birthday again? One every week. Please stand. And who's going to help us start out for Diana? Here, go ahead. Go ahead, Ron.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Officially on the 12th.
That's
Right?
right.
Okay. Anniversary, club anniversaries, Andrew Heisel. It's great. Don't see him. Okay. He is celebrating 2 years in the club. And our guest today, Allison Timmerman, is here, and she's going to give us more information, I think. And we have others. We have Ann over here. And so wave so we know we're going.
I'll get her to stand on the chair.
Yeah. One of those people who stands up and gets shorter.
Well, we will punish him accordingly.
Oh, be punished.
Aaron's in charge of that.
And Anna over here, and why don't you stand up and tell us who your mom is. Does your mom have a name? Did you say that? Yeah. We were talking earlier about how lucky she is to have Teresa for a mom, and she said not so much.
Really commenting today.
Michelle. Yeah, stay down.
It's getting rougher over there.
I know. It's gonna be, for those of us who are gonna stand outside later on, it's gonna get rougher. So a little quiet. Oh, think about this when we're outside later on. March Wind is a jolly fellow. He likes to joke and play. He turns umbrellas inside out and blows men's hats away. He calls the fuzzy willows and whispers in each ear, "Wake up, you lazy little seeds. Don't you know that spring is here?" There you go. So think about that while we're blowing away. You forget it all and not pick up yours?
I think we're good.
Reminds me of a time that I had in church, we had a temple talk by the president of the congregation, which at time, of course, and when he left, he picked up his stuff and he took my sermon.
He was learning after.
You have been punished.
Man, I don't know. This is kind of sassy. I cannot compete with this. There's not a chance. So, do we have Dirk here? Do not see him. Okay, so we will hold on that until Dirk is here. We'll welcome him properly. Okay, a few announcements, and I know there's other things that are needing to be said today, so I'll go through a couple things quick. Had a chance to talk to Quentin for a brief bit last week when we were at Pickleball Kingdom, and we do indeed need to have more folks for Meals on Wheels. So if you're interested in that, you can contact Quentin, or you can certainly talk to me about that. A reminder that April 6th is the Sunshine Supper, but I do believe we have enough volunteers. That being said, I think all will still be welcome. Looks like you're otherwise. Okay. March 2nd is the Derby Party, and I think we're hearing more about that today as well.
May.
May? Did I say May?
You might have March, but that's okay.
Okay, never
We knew
mind.
what you meant.
Never mind.
We had a good time.
I'm so glad. May 2nd, see you next year. Exactly. May 2nd. And I do have, if anyone has a speaker need coming up, we have some really great folks who have stepped forward and said that they're interested in speaking. I'd be happy to make those connections so that we can continue our path of having some amazing speakers.
You know, the 31st, we need somebody.
Well then, let's take care of that. I will follow through on that. All right. Thank you. Okay. And then two other things, and then I'll open it up for some Rotary moments. The board meeting is usually held today. We are not doing that today so that we can have as many folks as possible. I'm heading over to Patrick Marsh for the groundbreaking ceremony, which will be at about 9:15. So that's the second announcement. Now back to that other piece. So if I could just have a quick moment after the meeting before everybody heads out, just to gather some of the folks on the board to see when we'd like to meet next. I appreciate that. Okay, that's what I have. So Rotary moments, of which I know there are many.
All right. You found on your table today, March Madness is coming, starts next week. I believe the tournament schedule comes out, is it Sunday night or Monday?
Sunday night.
Sunday night. So you got Monday to figure stuff out. For those of you who are new, this is how Hoops for Hope works. You get, this is the magic that comes with winning Hoops for Hope. I think we have room for like just 2 more names on here. And so Deb Prep won last year. I'll let you hold on to that for a little bit. So this is how it works. The tournament seedings will come out Sunday night. Monday you can pick them up. They'll be all over newspapers everywhere you can find. And what your opportunity is to choose 6 teams from, is it 64 there now? 68, or however many there are, there's 6 teams. And your promise is that you will give 2 cents for every point that that team scores in the tournament. We look forward to you taking your money. But your promise of 2 cents goes with this. If you win, in other words, you're the person who makes the most money, you get to choose where all the money goes. So what kind of charity you would like to give that to. So, we look forward to you being part of that. It's kind of fun to get into that, especially the first couple of weeks as we are all messing around and figure out how do we do. Provisos. You can only choose one team that's a #1 seed. So when you look at the tournament stuff, the seed number will be there, is what number they are. So you can only put one #1 seed and 2 #2 seeds. After that, you can put anybody you want. My guess is there's gonna be a lot of Badgers this year, just because we're all home team and they're really looking pretty good. Gophers aren't gonna make it, but they were looking better
The Huskers
than
are,
they have in a couple of years. So, and Nebraska will be what?
I think a 3 seed.
A 3 seed. All right.
Wow.
Not gonna get much corn out of only 3 seats.
That one's going in the book.
You weren't here last week.
Yes, I was. What? Oh, no, I wasn't there.
Here, she was
Last
right.
last week's things you don't know, but need to know, was that in 1927, Cool was invented in Nebraska.
Well, I believe it.
This-
But it's not very good. So is the Reuben.
Well, you live in Nebraska. Anyway, so, that's how this works. I'll collect them next week. I'll put out new ones next week in case you lose these, but this is what it looks like. Rich has it all down on his computer, so he just logs it all in, and he's made my life so much easier. So I used to do this by hand. And, so we're looking forward to that. Again, the winner is the one who gives away the most money. We all have a lot of fun just doing it. Some people really go through it and decide which was the best teams. Some of us just go by our favorite mascots.
Color of the uniform.
The color of the uniform. Anybody know who just won the Class AA hockey tournament in Minnesota?
Steve?
Anybody?
What was the question?
Well, who just won the Class AA hockey tournament in Minnesota? So he's like getting all, Edina started to fight when they lost in the semifinal. It was Minnetonka and Moorhead. Moorhead. Wow. Moorhead is the Spud. Isn't that a great name for? The mascot is dressed in a potato. Anyway, I'm sorry for taking time. Next week. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, did I change that? Oh, please on the back, change movements to men's. We're doing the men's this year. Okay, so it's, we're doing men's tournament. All right, thank you.
When is the fifth? Is that
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Monday?
So Monday, yes, the men's side, I'm sorry, thank you for catching that.
Other Rotary moments.
Just quick, April 21st, we're planning the Arbor Day celebration out at Orphan Park, the planting of the 2 trees. So if you put that on your schedule, based on past years, that'll be the day of the polar vortex. So we're planning ahead. It's usually rainy, cold, windy, everything, but April 21st, planting of the 2 trees at Orphan. So wanted to get that on your schedule right after the club meeting.
All right, it's time to start thinking about service about self. So I have a couple of helpers this year who we are going to be getting together to plan our strategy of whom to talk to, how to get the word out. So you don't have to be on the committee, but if you have any thoughts, if you have groups that you know should be talked to, if you have ideas on how to lift it to another level this year, talk to me, talk to Joe. Our other team member's not here right now, but let us know what you're thinking, because before you know it, we will be celebrating some wonderful people here in the area who truly give of themselves, like Rose. I don't know, Rose, I saw you, so I had to have that on video.
Nice job.
It's early and everybody is very much on fire this
I know, I'm
morning.
like,
Wow. Other Rotary moments. Debbie.
Well, I got it right here, Debbie, but I got.
No.
At Patrick Marsh today, we hope many of you can make it out there. We're gonna do the groundbreaking. It will be a smaller group. There'll be more people, you know, when we do a ribbon cutting or something like that. I want to thank Teresa for helping us out and helping us lead this. So she just went through this with the library, so she was like the perfect person to help us out. And so you would go off the exit there by the Patrick Marsh School, Sun Prairie Road, I believe is the name of the road, go down into where the main parking lot is, and then it will be up on the hill. We plan on doing that at 9:15. We do know that Representative or Senator Melissa Radcliffe will be there from the state. Aaron, I know Cindy's going to be there. Hopefully you'll be there, and Mayor Stafford will be there as well. So it will just be a, you know, like a short presentation, but it's becoming reality, which is so exciting after, I think we started these talks in 2020, so we're going on 6 years, but we're getting there. So thanks to a lot of work by a lot of people. So we'll talk about that this morning. So does anybody have any questions about the groundbreaking this morning?
Is there a time that,
9:15 is when we're doing it. We want to get people.
Yeah, the contract will be on site for the weddings today, so be aware of that.
Yes, Dan and I have put a place that's away from where they're currently digging. So I went out this weekend and saw dirt moved, and that was like a fabulous sign. Yeah, we have a spot. It'll be just kind of, there's a path. Enough people have been out there walking. There's just a natural path from the parking lot up to where we're going to do this, which is, as you're looking at the hill, it's to the right of where the digging is happening, but you can go over it, you can check out, see in the dirt that's been. So, thank you.
stay out of their way.
I'm just gonna pile on to what Aaron said. The whole purpose of Arbor Day is actually a little bit different than what it is for Service Above Self. Service Above Self is about the community and looking at people who reflect, you know, what we're about, the four-way test and that type of thing. The Arbor Day one is 2 members of our own club that we would like to honor. And for that, we will be putting a tree in at Orphan Park, I believe.
Orphan, yes, sir. Orphan Park, yeah.
So this, we try, if possible, not to duplicate. So sometimes you need a list of who's already won. So I've got a few here. I will also put it on email this afternoon so that you know. So really start thinking about who we will do, and because we'll have to vote sometime mid-April. See if we do that.
Hello, nice to see you.
Be back for after a while being.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, other events for coming up, we have our annual derby party coming up, of course, Saturday in May. It's gonna be at LA right bar and restaurant right in the forest. And it's one of those fundraisers where we can see people show up, which is really more money when people are there to attend. There'll be games, there'll be bourbon, derby race, Kentucky Derby. There'll be music, food, and we'll just be working out some more details and we'll get some flyers printed up and we could share it with people around the town. We'll try to get people to show up. So we are, I don't know, you can do this for 4 years or 4 years. So been growing a little bit every year, so hopefully we'll grow that event and make it happen. So thank you. Dan?
Well, Deb talked a little about Patrick Marsh, but I'm the dirt guy. I'm the one that's making a lot of stuff happen, thanks to John. We've been watching the weather and stars are aligning. I always say that this project started with inspiration of Bill Wambach, but things didn't start happening till Lorette showed up out there. So Lorette's kind of, you know, she told me at one time, for those who don't know, Lorette is Bill Wambach's wife, and Bill was a long time. And Bill always referred her to St. Lorette, you know, is kind of the comment. But we're blessed that last week, Thursday, the excavator said we can go. The weather was perfect. We got out there and we got the hold up. You know, we had all of our permits. We were able to, we had 5 loads of gravel donated by Don Tierney, and he showed up with the gravel, with a bobcat, and personally had his guys there moving gravel for us to keep that project moving. I mean, just that alone was about $5,000 for that day. I mean, it was amazing. So it's kind of fun. I've been in the trades a long time, and having friends that just step up and know who you are and are willing to help you. And that's what I'm finding is like, that day, John and I we're out there all day, and I just had the biggest smile, just having friends around me, the contractors working with me. And again, today is, we've got, Filing, who's doing the cement work, is out there getting the footings in, and everything is so weather related right now, and we've got the perfect day to still get that footing in. We may not be getting the walls in for a week or two because now the weather's turning on us, but you know, we're at a huge step by just getting our footing in and getting that cured, getting inspection, get it approved. So then we can just get this wall in. So that way we're ready at 1st of April for the stone people to start putting it on. Also, Debbie has been working her heart off with getting all of our placards. She actually learned a new tool, which is amazing. She was able to go into AI and punch in, say, a graphic on sketched into granite, and she almost gets like the real picture of what it looks like. It is amazing. I mean, it's just beautiful, some of the stuff that Deb produced already this week. I'm just by seeing that really got me excited. I mean, it's awesome.
I produced it because I'm no artist.
Right. But I mean, those are all things every day we're working on 2-3 things to make this happen. So and last night, Deb and I walked out to look at the site, and I took her down in the hole and showed her what's what, because she didn't really know, you know, what is this? You know, what are you doing here? Why is this so deep? You know, all of that stuff on. But the site that we have, and last Thursday when we were there, it was a frozen lake. We were there last night. The lake is all open. The ducks are all moving in. You could just see them, the flocks coming in. It's like, oh my God, it's springtime. They're here. So you could tell we're excited. Thank you.
Just real quick, just wanted to let you know that Josh Conkeppel has asked to be transferred to the Madison Club. So he is, I did that part of the paperwork already. So.
Any way to veto that, Rich? Any way we can veto that?
I told him to keep signing the checks. You know, what happened is he was very active with us. When I came in, he was the president. And then they had kids. And
He works
to take care of the kids in the morning and that kind of stuff. So he hasn't been with us in the president, you know, he hasn't been here probably 3 years.
He works downtown.
Yeah, and he really likes to stay involved with Rotary, so he's going to look to go to the Madison Club where he can go to lunch meetings.
So this last weekend I was in Chicago for the Rotary PEPS training. So if you don't know what PEPS stands for, it's President-elect training. So I am the President-elect for starting July 1st. So I won't go through. I took 3 pages of notes, which was amazing for me. Someone never take notes. So it's Friday afternoon, all day Saturday, and Sunday morning. That's how it works. And I think there's like 400 or 500 people there because it's Midwest, and so Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, probably. Really good training. So people, if you're thinking about being president at some point, it is really good training to get you ready for that. I'll just mention that. Topics like on fundraising, they have keynote speakers. The keynote speakers are really good. They had a keynote speaker from the Turtle, talking about how with social media, especially with kids and all people, there's just less interaction with people, face-to-face interaction, and how important clubs like this are for that. So, talked to Wanakee, again, then we have meetings with our districts. Our district's kind of like, I don't know, people in here know better than I do. 6250, 5250, 6250. It has like 50
clubs.
50 clubs. And they're from the lacrosse, this Toma, this area. So most of them were there, and then we had breakouts with them. But I did talk to Wanakee specifically. They have 88 members and they're keep growing. So something that we should, I might reach out to them and see how they're doing that, because they seem like they're doing a really good job. Like Quantico mentioned, they have a corporate membership. I don't know if we've ever thought of that, but something that maybe we want to think about at some point. Just a couple more things, because I know we're kind of running short of time. The National Rotary, or the International Rotary, is in Minneapolis in 2028, which sounds like a long ways off. May 27th through June 2nd, or 28th in Minneapolis. There is no Tri-Con that year, but I think it'd be really cool if we could send a group from Sun Prairie Rotary up there. That'd be pretty neat since it's so cool. So just maybe think about that. May, again, 2028, end of May for part of June. And the other big thing is, and I don't know if people know about this, but this region is doing a polio walk on October 24th this year at 10 a.m. in the region, Wanakee, the Forest, around Madison. We're trying to get one that we all have one together that we're kind of working on it. So October 24th is that date. It's also a Badger football game, so it's kind of
National Polio Day too.
and National Polio Day. So you'll hear more about that. But again, October 24th this year is the polio walk, and I'll let people know how that is organized. So again, really good training, and happy to see you go.
And we can all walk if we decide to do it. It is a Badger game, but Rotary South has a beer tent down at the stadium. So that could be like,
That could be our walk.
pick a little walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
All right. A lot. This is lots of going on. All right. And
Oh,
Today here, we're going to present our first installment for our donation towards the Sunshine Place. So with the foundation and the group here, we made a commitment to the Sunshine Place. So we just wanted to come up and give our first $5,000 of our $25,000. Somebody's got a camera to take a picture.
Or no, you're the photo there, girl. And then I tried. I was thinking it'd be fun to get everybody in my group.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be nice.
Well, we'll get everybody afterwards, because I want to change that check to say 25,000.
Oh, you want the full amount?
That's just
Go
the
ahead and put it down.
installment.
Okay,
yeah.
Do you want me to give just a short
Yes.
update to share?
Yes,
Like,
please.
I'll be really brief, but I just want to take an
And I'll get
opportunity.
this to
This is
Debbie.
really generous of you, and I want you to know how grateful we are, because to raise $13 million, we need the entire community and beyond to get to there. And this is Sunshine Place from day one was community driven. I don't know if any of you were at West Side School back in 2007, where we had a little parade from West Side School to the new Sunshine Place back then. And from that day on, and at that time, they were bringing wagons and they were stocking the shelves, and it was community driven. And since then, it has continued to be community driven, and it's where people know that they can come to for help and where people can come to help others. And so Rotary's been a big part of our story over the years, and we're really grateful for that. We are, the campaign is going strong. We are at 7.5 million of our $13 million campaign, and we haven't even really been at it for a year. So it's only been about 11 months. So really a testament. We have a lot of campaign cabinet members in Rotary, Chad and former Mayor Esser and Rich. I think I'm missing somebody else in there, and many donors. And so, Rotary's been helpful, but we also need community members to help and businesses to help and other civic organizations. So way to, set the standard of civic organizations. So if any of you are interested in learning about the project, we would welcome the opportunity to take you on a tour. Some people, everybody who does the tour always comments they didn't have any idea the breadth of all we do in the community. And it's really what the community does to help those in need. So really reach out, Susan, she's on our staff. You can contact her, but we would love to share our story. And we also, just like you did for the Patrick Marsh project, that's going to be our strategy too. Like I had a plumbing contractor call me yesterday and say, hey, we can't donate financially, but we'd love to donate plumbing fixtures. We have some hydraulic heating kind of things, if that is where you're going. And so things like that, we had a civil engineer at one point reach out and say he would be willing to donate some of his services. So it's going to be a multi-pronged approach with donations like this, but also just this community stepping up and helping in different ways. So if you even have contacts like that, that would be super helpful for us too. So thank you for all of your support for this as we look to the future. It's going to be a legacy for our community, just like the new library. So we're going to have some really cool pillars in our community that shows we're a community that really cares about others. So thank you for being part of our story.
Yeah.
Somebody said a group picture.
We can do that after.
We can do that at the end.
Yeah. So Phil, with your permission, can I move your member moments to next week?
Yes, you can do that.
Thank you.
Done it last week.
All right, so I have one more thing before we move on to our speaker. You might have lost Josh, but we have gained Dirk. And Dirk, if you would like to step up for a moment, we'll officially welcome you. Make it official here. Come on up. So fellow Rotarians, please help me induct Dirk into the Rotary Club of Sun Prairie. We asked you to join us because you are a worthy representative of your vocation and you believe in Rotary's ideals. In a moment, you'll receive your pin. We'll make that moment now. There's your pin. The pin will, with warm with pride, help those to whom you meet for the first time to anticipate their dealings with you will be just and honest. It is through recognition such as this that Rotary has become an honored organization worldwide. Rotary is a service club in the finest sense. We work hard as we serve others. We find time for fellowship. We use our first names in addressing fellow members, and we encourage a social atmosphere as if you have not already figured that out. Rotary is non-racial, non-political, non-sectarian with clubs throughout the world. For this reason, political and religious issues are not discussed in Rotary clubs. Fellow Rotarians, here is Rotarian Dirk, the newest member of the Rotary Club of Sun Prairie. Do not fail in your duty to welcome him to our club. Thank you. All right. All right. And with that, if Rich, you could come up and introduce our speakers, that would be fantastic.
I hear this morning we had an audible, so I was prepared for Allison, but now I think Michelle's going to be the speaker. What the interesting thing about them, and I'll put it, is they both work with the Small Business Development Center of Wisconsin, looking for different opportunities to help. Michelle is the director, is that correct?
Yeah.
And I know we're out of time. She's got so much stuff on here that she does. I'm gonna let her tell you about it. Michelle? Sure. Thank you so much.
Look at the highlights because you guys are busy. Sure. This is Allison. Allison's a business consultant in our office. Allison started with us in 4 months ago, November. Yeah. So she said, hey, how about you come with me this morning? And I said, great. Oh, it's her birthday today. Oh, perfect. Thanks.
So thanks a lot for having us out today. We are with the Wisconsin Small Business Development Center. The SBDC is a federal sub-program of the Small Business Administration. So we were founded 46 years ago with legislation written by Wisconsin Senator Gaylord Nelson. Everybody, Gaylord Nelson is famous for Earth Day. Yep, and we are at the Allison State Park, and so as Wisconsinites, we know the deal, right? So he was at the opening of our center 46 years ago as well, so really deeply entrenched. The SBDCs are located in every single state. There's 1,000 centers across the country. In the state of Wisconsin, we're all affiliated mostly with the four-year universities. So our office is at UW-Madison in the Wisconsin School of Business. And the goal of the program is to help businesses start and grow through no-cost consultation. So it's a free service. So if you know businesses that are struggling, need help, want to grow, want to expand, or somebody that wants to start a business, we're kind of the great place to be. But today I want to take just a little bit of time to tell you about resources because a group like yours is so far reaching and you know so many people. Sometimes it's just about getting the word out about what people do, right? So we work with three types of entrepreneurs: startup entrepreneurs, growing entrepreneurs, and transitioning entrepreneurs. So pretty much everybody, right? And they're usually looking for one of three things: to learn something, to connect, or to do something.
Yep.
And so I wanted you to understand today that while we're one organization that works with entrepreneurs, there are several in our community, and lots of them are no cost. So if you know somebody that is looking to start or grow a business, there's definitely help. So we do classes, workshops, and seminars at the Small Business Development Center at UW-Madison. Those classes are in person, they are online, they are hybrid, they are can be taken independently, they can be taken as cohorts. So there's lots of opportunity there. We have classes that follow the life cycle of an entrepreneur. So we have startup, we have management, and we have leadership. Which is really great because that means we don't have to stop working with a business once we help them start, right? So I've been at the SBDC for 15 years, and I've worked with businesses that have been around, that have been seeing for 15 years. That's pretty cool. I have clients, especially folks in the trades, they'll start out with one truck and one person, and now they've got a $2 million building and 70 employees, and it's pretty fun to be able to watch that. Other organizations in our area that also do classes, workshops, and seminars is the Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corp. They work with men and women, despite what their name says. We have lots of chambers of commerce. We have a group called Starting Block, which is on Wash. They work with high-tech and scalable businesses. They do lots of interesting courses. They have a great program called 100 Cups that brings new people with new ideas in. That's free and available to the public. So if you're just interested in entrepreneurship, want to hear what's happening, they have events monthly you can go to. UW-Madison has a group called Innovate. So the campus can be kind of like a black box, and it's hard to understand what's happening there all the time, but that's sort of the front porch for entrepreneurship. If you want to know what's happening on campus with innovation, that's the place to go. Madison College has lots of great programs that we work with as well, and then lots of industry and specific organizations. One thing you should know about the classes that we offer at the SBDC, we have a grant right now from Governor Evers, and so we have some classes that are no cost, not only for business owners, but their employees. You have to be under 500 employees, which is what a small business is, according to the SBA, and you can qualify to attend some courses for free right now. It's pretty amazing that you can get high quality education and training for your employees. So if anyone knows somebody that would be interested in that, let us know. We'd be happy to follow up and send you some information about that. We do connecting and mentoring. Like I said, we offer no cost consultation to businesses to help them start and grow, but so does WIBIC. So if you're some of your chambers, Starting Block also has a program. There are some free programs on campus as well. There's the Service Corps of Retired Executives, so SCORE. So that's another free organization that will help. There's a group called Merlin Mentors. So if you are retired and you want to give back, they're another group that allows you to do that. And then some of our economic development agencies across the area. And then finally, we have some really great resources that will do actual work for small businesses. So we have the Law and Entrepreneurship Clinic at UW-Madison. These are our UW law students. They're supervised by an amazing faculty, and they'll provide legal assistance to small businesses. It's a great way for students to get trained, but it's also a great way for businesses to get some free services. So we recommend lots of folks there. And, I also want to say that almost any one of these organizations will meet with anyone at no cost. So if you have small businesses that are looking to have for assistance, don't hesitate to reach out, because that's what we all do. So how do you find us all? Because everyone always says, where's the list, right? Because that's hard. That's the hard part, is connecting everybody. So there is a website called Start in Wisconsin, and it's a searchable database of every entrepreneurial activity in the state. So you put in your what you're looking for. I want help with X, and you put in your geographic area, and then it will pop up. This is housed by Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, WEDC, and it's a great place for you to send people that are looking for help. Another tool is called Insight. This is a researcher at UW-Madison who maps and tracks all of the assistance for entrepreneurs and studies it and looks at it. Would you be surprised to know that here in our greater Madison area, we have 70 entities that help small businesses? 70. So if you hear somebody saying, oh, there's no help for business, that is not true. Maybe they haven't looked for it, or they don't know where to look, but that's not true. We have 70 different entities that are willing to help small businesses. And then I think of one of the things that is really overlooked is there's great resources here in this room and in our communities. Our bankers, our insurance agents, our librarians are all really, really good resources for small businesses that sometimes we just don't think about. If we go to one place to get one service, you think, well, they help me here. But they know people because they sit in organizations like this, right? And they do a lot of networking and they cross-pollinate with folks. Our libraries are a fantastic resource for small businesses, because you can do lots of research via your libraries. So we actually are really blessed in the Madison area to have a world-class library at UW-Madison with business librarians, but we also have a business librarian, specific business librarian at the Madison Public Library. So, we can do things like pull lists of competitors and create a list of potential customers using free databases that are available. And lots of folks don't know that's part of your library card, which is amazing. So a little bit about us, just so you know what we do. Last year, we saw 680 unique clients. We spent over 2,000 hours in consultation. Our clients obtained $20.2 million in capital. We helped start 29 new businesses. So we're busy, but we see everyone. So Allison's our first point of contact. When you come into our center, you'll get a response usually within a couple of days. If not the day you send it in. She's pretty speedy. That's my goal. That's her goal. Yeah, her inbox can be pretty messy. A couple of weeks ago, we had 20 requests in 5 days. Yeah. And then, once you see us once, it doesn't mean it's done. So we'll keep working with you until we can solve your challenges or help you move forward. We also held 55 classes that were attended by 1,600 people. So it's a busy center. We were named one of the top centers in the country in 2024. There's 1,000 centers and we were in the top 10. So, you're in good hands if you send somebody over to work with us. And the last thing I would let you know is that we are a network. So if you've got friends or family or colleagues that work across the state, we have centers across the state and we work closely with those centers to make sure that we're providing consistent service. So we're always here to help, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you might have about our services. Yeah.
Do not-for-profits count in with the groups that you work with?
Yeah, no, we do not work with nonprofits, on the consulting side, but nonprofits can attend our courses. So the Small Business Administration requires that we work with a for-profit business. Now, with that said, in our business planning class, we have lots of people that are nascent, and we see a lot of folks that are kind of sitting on the fence. Do I want to form a nonprofit or not? And that's a perfectly acceptable place to be. And we'll always handle a phone call with someone, right? So if they're sitting there on the fence thinking, I might want to start a nonprofit or a for-profit company, we'll always take a phone call and have a chat with somebody. Okay. Well, we appreciate your time today, and we're always happy to come out and talk to the community. If there's anything that we can do to be helpful, if there's folks that you know that could use assistance, don't hesitate to share our information. And thank you so much for all the good work that you're doing in the community. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. All right, so moving on, it is now time for Dave to reappear and do some happy dollars.
I can disappear if you're in. Happy dollars, everyone. For those of you who have never been here before, happy dollars is a chance for you to say what's going on in your life. Doesn't have to do anything to do with your business or anything like that. Something like you just like to let us know. And for those of you who are new or are visiting, you get a free one. Everybody else wants stuff on here. All right. And anyone over here? Okay, the cheap table. Oh, you're busy. Okay, I'll take it.
We just had an amazing organization donate $25,000 to the Sun Prairie.
That makes me happy.
Very good. Okay, Jeff.
I heard that Rotary just campaign. That is awesome. No, another happy dollar yesterday. Oh my goodness. I mean, it just gave us all a sense of spring fever, and even being able to get outside for a couple of minutes to throw the ball with the dog in the backyard was awesome yesterday. Julie and I had a chance to get back up to our cabin this past weekend, and there is still a lot of snow up in Boulder Junction. And I know it's supposed to be snowing there again today or tomorrow, and winter does not let go up there very easily, but luckily it lets go a little easier around here. Although, let's face it, March Madness means weird, snowy, slushy weather. So, anyway. Happy spring, everybody.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, here we go.
Well, I heard also that Rotary gave money. And I don't know if you know this, but Rotary did the first meal when everybody walked from West Side over to the new
Oh,
building.
see, you have a long history.
Yes, I got railed into that by Miss Beth Montero. I still can't stand a small hot dog. I was cooking in every nesto that I could find that day, so my house smelled like hot dogs for a week. So I always think about that, I'm like, oh, hot dogs. But, yeah, we had a lot of food, but yeah, it was a beautiful day that day. But appreciate that. That's exciting. Yes, loved the weather yesterday. That was pretty awesome, and excited for the Patrick Marsh. And Deb and I get to spend a lot of time today learning all. We have lots of downtown meetings with our Main Street.
Main Street dinners.
Thank you. Yeah, so we get to spend the whole day together learning all kinds of things.
I sure hope you were talking about Rotary.
I know.
Okay, over here.
Of course she was.
Anyone do back here? Big Tony, who are you? Oh, corner.
It's been a long time since I've been at Rotary. I had issues with getting my son to school on time, making sure he could have a bus. He has now had his license for my house, so he can take it to school, which is awesome. The other $50 is my son Taylor is going to do a summer Rotary exchange this summer, and we just found out who we've got matched up with. He's going to Madrid, Spain, and Javi will be his host brother. So he'll go to Spain in July, month of July, and Javi will come here and stay with us for the month
August. We're excited about that. And I'm right there. So yeah, it's great to be back, and I'll be coming more regularly, and you'll see them more often. Chandler's doing Ryland.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
You too. Have you got one? Oh, he's got one.
Yeah, I know we have a mix of posted work and some that are retired, and I'm at that point where Friday is my official last day.
Your choice.
Yeah, okay.
That takes care of that rumor.
I'm doing a lot of laps, for those of you who are retired. I had my last Monday in the belt line yesterday, which is because Mondays suck. But I'm glad that's over. Today's my last Tuesday of work, but it's also my last Rotary meeting as a working person. Or whatever, so I'm happy for all those things.
Yep. You don't have to do work if you come here.
Yeah.
Okay. They just asked here.
Yeah. I've been part of, building projects in the past, and I know you're gonna go through one. And I just want to give a big shout out because you need a general to control the whole thing. Big shout out to Dan and John and Deb.
Yep.
That's huge.
I think 4 there. So, one is, yeah, I'm really excited about Patrick Marsh. I want to thank the city, for all their help that they've done and the alders and everyone. It's just been great. And then second, my daffodils are coming up, and they were just awesome. I was like so excited to see my daffodils coming up. And then my third one is my daughter, graduation is becoming a reality. She picked up her cap and gown for UW Madison. She graduates in May. So reality and anxious. So we got both going on right now. She's got to finish school, and then she's worried about getting a job. I said, let's take this one step at a time. Graduation, then the job, then we'll go from there, kiddo. So very excited for her. And then the fourth one is Sunshine Place has just been such a awesome addition to our community. It just shows what a great community we live in and all of the generous people that we have. But it takes somebody, all of us can volunteer our time, which is awesome, but it takes somebody really, really dedicated to make it all happen and continue on an ongoing basis. So, and to you and all your predecessors who have held your position, who have really just made Sunshine Place part of our community. I think it's just awesome. Thank you.
All right. You get a free one.
So yesterday was the first day of track at Sun Prairie East High School, and it was really great.
First day of what?
Track and field.
Oh,
Yep,
God.
yep. And it was great weather. There's 200 kids on the team, 121 returning, and 75 new athletes. So really exciting. The program's growing, and Coach Long is just keeping it.
What's your event?
I do distance and long jump, and I'm gonna try triple jump. So.
Cool. Okay. All right. I'll take you first. All right.
Well, I was just informed last night that my kids and grandsons are all coming this weekend. They're in charge of all the activities and all the food. Yeah.
But no matter who makes the food, it will never be as good as you make. No. Okay.
I have two. One is I'm just happy to be here with everybody this morning, and the other is a happy dollar for Patrick Barton, just the work that Dan and Debbie and John and the whole team that have kept it going and carried that the day was done. It's been a long road, and I really appreciate what they did, and I think it's great.
All right. Laura.
I haven't seen some of these Rotary people, and I came here here, and it was wonderful. So that's for everybody that's here. You know, everybody knows how hard it is to get here in the morning. And then once you get here, you're like, oh yeah, even if they're kind of sassy.
I think she means you, Dave.
That's because I was at
can't live in Sun Prairie, work in Sun Prairie, not see somebody when you go to Costco. And I went to Costco and I saw Tom Hebel. And so I said, we were excited to have Dirk. I said, we still missed him. I didn't convince him to come back. But, it was good to see him. And this is because my daughter used to throw discus at the high school, and she graduated in 2020, and so good luck because she loved it.
All right, very good.
I've got two. The first one, I'm fairly new to Sun Prairie, and I was happy to connect with Sunshine Place and Rotary, so that it's helped me get connected. The other dollar is my wife and I get to take our granddaughters out to lunch today. One's visit, she's on spring break from University of Minnesota, Rory, and Kate's a senior at La Follette, so I get to have lunch with our two granddaughters.
Oh, nice. You don't have a comment? I think you should pay $1. He just said the University.
Yeah, okay, put them down for 2. I hope the short course season for us is a 27-week slog through Thanksgiving, through Christmas, through all these things. It ended Sunday. It is so nice. We finished with multiple time state champion, and that was a really big deal for us. 6 of our kids are up at UW lacrosse. They won their first conference title since 1971. That was a really big deal. And then Ben, one of our 2020 grads, set 3 UW Badger school records last week and is going to nationals next week. So it's been a really good week for Sun Prairie swimming.
Yeah, they have a
The second one, last week. So this was my first Rotary place. So I went to the DeForest Rotary meeting just to see kind of what it was like, what they do. It was fine, but
It was fine.
You survived.
They're not sassy.
Despite the Statler and Waldorf, there's a warmth in here that doesn't happen at other places. And I just wanted to say how happy I am to be in a group that gets this happy and excited at 7:15 in the morning.
I think Joe and Rich can attest to that, right?
Yeah, you giving that to me or?
I am. Well, I said a lot of my happies earlier, but about the marsh, it's just amazing. But and actually, it's amazing how timing works. I had scheduled to go ice fishing to Canada next week for 4 days, and looks like it's going to get cold, and it looks like Patrick Marsh isn't going to be moving. So I'm just like, it's time to go fishing. And so everybody says it's like, oh, you got ice and whatever. Well, truthfully, we're going to Lake of the Woods in what's it?
Minnesota.
Ontario, Canada. And for the 4 days I'm up there, it's a high of 14.
All right, very good. Okay, who did we miss? Oh, sorry, Ron.
$2 happy dollars from the Patrick Marsh project. He's done a great job on it. And the second one is the historic example that we had this week of the daylight savings time is an issue that never has been and never will be a partisan issue. I hope it can be an example of how you don't have to be on one side or the other.
Yeah. Okay, let's get over here. Oh, right.
One of the things that really, when you listen about Sun Prairie and things, one thing that really amazes me as I travel and work with other park departments is the ability that we have in Sun Prairie to express our needs and to work with the city to get things done. We had our meeting yesterday with the advisory group, Pickleball Advisory Group, which was 5 of us working with Chad. We got our schedule set up for next year. We've got things going. We changed some things. We got some new things thinking. He's thinking about a few things. And it's just a great thing. I try to do the same thing like in Florida where we go in other places. They don't want to talk to you. No. So it's really interesting to do that. I know with Park Friends working with the different people there and Cindy and that, they really try to get you involved and get you to have a decision on how we do things and stuff like that, which really is phenomenal.
All right, very good.
I think you all left for that.
Yeah, I thought. I'll put my dollar in. That,
You have a free one.
Well, I just want to thank you all for having us come today. What a great way to start the day, with a group of people who really care about their community. Yeah.
You don't get a free one, but it's your birthday. Did I hear?
It is my birthday.
Stand up, we're gonna sing.
Oh.
Ron.
Allison.
Allison.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Now, if you want to do a happy hour.
No, I echo Michelle. It's really lovely to be involved with so many great community organizations in our role. So thank you so much for having
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll take yours. I think I'm done, right?
You did good today.
Hey, I did.
Staff there, yeah.
I wanted to have one to thank our speakers for today. Great stuff. And, I'm impressed with the number of people here. That's really great. So thank you for speaking today. I'm going to piggyback on what Michael said about I was reflecting this morning, like I'm trying to keep this meeting going, but that's a good problem to have. But there's so many people here and so much good stuff that's happening and so many things to talk about. And it really is a wonderful organization. So happy for that. And then the third one I have is that I think, I don't know, 3 months ago I mentioned this, but tomorrow's the day I pick up my new car, so I'm very excited about that. So, exciting. All right. If you pick one ticket and then read the last 3 digits. Yeah. 609.
I'll let you roll.
Another bottle of wine?
Are you going to look at later?
I thought maybe you were drinking this whole time.
Hi, Diana. Oh, Diana. All right. That pot keeps getting bigger and bigger. All right. So, again, in the interest of making sure that we can get people on time over to Patrick's Marsh, I do not have any of Rotary 101 this week. So next week we'll do a double Rotary 101 and we'll have Phil up for the for his member moment. We'll go from there. So again, Patrick Marsh for the groundbreaking ceremony this morning. And if I could just hold the board after this to talk about when we're going to meet next, that would be great. And the picture. And before you leave also, if we could gather for a picture with the big check, that would be great. So thank you, everybody.